Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here in the middle of nowhere as usual. And you're wondering, what the hell is this like in front of me? These big white mounds of stuff? Well, I thought I'd show you these and explain what they are. Now, what you're seeing in front of me now is piles of guano. Now, guano basically is bat droppings. Now, in the mountainous areas of Suffolk, there's loads of these bat caves, and the guano diggers will dig this stuff out. They dig it out, put it on lorries, bring it to the fields like this, pile it up, and then they'll spread it all over the fields for next year. And that's why we get so many good crops in Suffolk, because of the guano from our mountainous areas, from the caves and the bats droppings. So I thought I'd explain that to you. I hope you can see why we have such good crops in Suffolk now. It's all down to the guano that is dug out of our mountainous area from the caves. So there you go. Thought you'd like to know that little bit of information. I'm back on the Harley. This is the first time in nearly 3 weeks. So maybe I've got a little bit more of a love affair back with it. I don't know. But, and of course, there's a church. Can't do anything about it. Wherever I stop or whatever I do, there's always a bloody church. So anyway, let's get on with the ride. Right, boys and girls, I'm going to take you down now a recent bit of Suffolk history, really, in a way. You're wondering what the hell that is. Well, I'm going to show you. This. And you're thinking it's a road, but it's not a normal road. This is the old London Road. There's not much of it left now, but this is the road that ran down from Norwich to Ipswich, from Ipswich to London. So everything that came through Suffolk had to come down this road in the 20s, 30s, 40s and into the 50s. And as a kid I can remember some of this road still being open. So you can imagine what it must have been like all those years ago coming down this old road. Look how small it is. But this is the old London Road. So this is a part of recent history of Suffolk. I think it's a dead end at the bottom here, or it will take you back on the new A12. I'd say the new A12. But we'll go down as far as we can go, and I'll probably have to turn and come back. Well, I've got another topic, but just enjoy this old London Road. And this was it. You can imagine what it'd be like today if this was it. That'd be chaos. But there you go. History for you. Recent history. Now I've got a bit of a topic today. Pricing. When I mean pricing for certain things. Now, I was reading in the Visor Down about BT Sports and the MotoGP. As we know, they cover the MotoGP. If you've got BT Sports, I think broadband, you get it for free. Like me, I've got it on Virgin Media, so I get it in their package. In their ultimate wisdom, they've decided, as from September, they're going to charge for it. So they're going to put a charge on if you want to watch MotoGP. But for somebody like me who's already paying a lot of money for a bundle, I'm not prepared to pay any more. I'll just watch the highlights on ITV. But that brings me back to the pricing thing. The other day I was watching a football match. Now I'm not into football, but I was watching a football match. And it became quite apparent to me that half the stadium was empty. Absolutely empty. Big huge patches of stadiums, nobody in them at all, just empty seats. And I thought to myself, you know, what's going on here? Why isn't this full? I spoke to one or two of my mates who go to football and everything else, and they were telling me the prices of their tickets, and I was like, what? How the hell can you afford that? And they said, well, that's what it is. Well, the point is, if these football teams drop their prices, they'd fill the place. absolutely fill it. So they get more people in. Okay, they're paying less, but because they get more people in, they'd make more. Those people then would spend more money on things like hot dogs and a pint at half time and all that sort of stuff, and generate even more. But they don't seem to see it. BT Sports, football clubs, other sporting events keep hiking the prices all the time, and less people are going. Unless you're in the Premiership, and then, you know, the price is what you say, because there's always some mugs ready to pay the price. But on the lower leagues, it's crazy. You've got half-empty stadiums when you could fill them. You know, as you know, I run a social pub, and I have to deal with all the beer and stuff like that, and the prices, and you name it. Well, I can sell a pint of beer for $2.50 and still make a one hell of a lump on that. So I decided I'm going to sell it at £2. And I've got a Old Brewery bitter, which is a lovely bitter from Tancaster, and I can sell that at £2 a pint. People come in, they go, oh, I have a pint of that for £2. And where you used to sell, say, you know, several hundred pints a week, you're selling hundreds and hundreds of pints a week. So you're making more money because the volume's there. Yeah, you're not making so much on a pint, but because you're turning it over, you're making more money. Then going back to what I was saying about the football grounds, you can fill them for less and make more. But they don't seem to get it, do they? They don't seem to get it at all. If you look at something like motorbike racing, which you know I all love, you know, I love me MotoGP, I love me World Superbikes, and I certainly love BSB, which is my favourite class. If you go to a BSB Sunday race day, it will cost you, if you don't get your ticket beforehand, it will cost you about £32 on the gate. You can go in at 9 o'clock in the morning and you're there till 6 o'clock at night, watching race after race, practice in the morning, everything else. And for £32 you've got a whole day's entertainment. And they also let kids in under 14 for free. You know, jobs are good. And honestly, they don't put the prices up more than £1 or less a bloody year. It's always been about £32 on the gate. So they got it right. So people like BT Sports, who think now they've hooked us into MotoGP, can then hike the prices up to make us pay to make more, is ridiculous. What way shall I go? Let's go the nice way. It's ridiculous, because if you think about it, if they kept it free, more and more people will catch on to it, watch it, more and more people would take up the advertising, more and more money raised on the revenue of advertising. But no, they want to hike the price. People like myself who will say, no way Jose, will come away, and lots of people I know have said, nah, no way they're going to hike me anymore. What is it with these companies? You know, you see it all the time. You go to a supermarket and there'll be, I don't know, Dowie Egbert's coffee, which is a lovely coffee, a big jar for £3.50. And you think, Christ, that's cheap, that's usually £6. So you buy yourself a jar and you think, no, I'll buy myself a couple more, you know, store it up, because it ain't always going to be like this. And you do. You go back in a few weeks time, 3 or 4 weeks time, and it's back up at £6.50. Nobody's buying it. So if they pitched it at a proper price in the first place, maybe not the bottom price what they done, but in the middle, people would buy it. But no, they ain't priced themselves. We've been over here a few times, boys and girls, the old reservoir. So they ain't pitched themselves. So why don't these people think a little bit more and think, I can sell more at less and make more? But they don't. Is that stupidity? So let me know if you feel like, you know, if you've got a sport that you really like football, rugby, tennis, whatever, and you feel that the prices are being hiked all the time, less and less people are going, especially in the lower divisions. Does that piss you off? Does it bloody piss me off when I see football grounds half empty when they could be full of people at a lower price? If you think about it, if you're a guy and you've got 2 kids and your missus and you all want to go to football, even sort of the league that Ipswich Town are in, you're looking at a one-up just to get in. You know, it's ridiculous. But if they made it 50, you'd all go, and everybody else would go. Even I might go, because I don't mind a game of football now and then. And the place would be full. So there you go. That's only my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think, boys and girls. And you feel you're being ripped off? Do you think that's stupidity on their behalf? Do you think it's just greed? I think it's just greed myself. But there you go. Anyway, it's always a bit of a rant over. All ride safe, and of course love each other. Suffolk Andy!